Good morning. Today is the 27th of September 2016. Just wanted to show you this overlay of Super Typhoon Megi over Australia. I know I've shown it over North America, I've shown it over Africa, and now we're seeing it in Australia. Perfect alignment pretty much. Just follow this curve right here. Follow the curve. Line up the eye pretty much. Right in there somewhere. You see that? You can see the shape of the whole eye right here. This just the whole red part. I just consider that the main part of the storm that fits right in there. Then the outline of it fits around that curve, and you see all these patterns. You can even see Taiwan, the shape of Taiwan in Australia. Obviously, this drifted over the same spot. There's like you can barely see it, but this is a. So you take Australia and you move it up there to where. I just lined up Taiwan up here. I took this picture, I saved it, and I aligned it over Taiwan. And look how it puts the coastline of Australia along this, parallel with these islands right here, and you can see it's the same shape. If I was to move Australia right here, it would fit just beautifully right here. Okay, so you can see I lined up Taiwan with Taiwan right there. All right. You see the Philippines are pretty close to being aligned. And I just want to point out that I have seen in the weather the outline of Australia up here in the Pacific, right? Not right where you're seeing it right here, but a little bit more east this way. And I put, when I seen the weather there, it was the shape of Australia, so I just put Australia there, and it fit absolutely perfect. This is in the past. It's in a video I got up somewhere a long time ago. But you can see how this would align with the, let's just move it. I'll move it. Look how it aligns with those islands. It's beautiful. I mean, it just goes right there. It's been there before. Something like that right there. See that? Look at the borders there of those islands in Australia. Same shape. Just pointing that out. You know, it's just the weather tells you the history of the earth. It helps you figure out where things were. I mean, things have moved around big time on the earth. Matter of fact, they used to call this area of Australia, there's an area up here they call the North Pole. Right over here. It's right over here in this area of Australia, right here. They call that the North. They act like it's a joke, but this used to be this area, this circle on the earth right here. We call the Orient. This big circle right here. This is the entire Orient. This circle of life, or whatever they call it. This is the circle of life. This used to be the North Pole. This was the Arctic Circle, basically. It's the same size. This is 3,200 miles across. The circle is, and so is the Arctic Circle. It's 3,200 miles across. And they got, you know, they talk about how the East used to be the North, basically. So when you see that right there, that's basically the North Pole. That puts it at a North Pole position, basically. In the past, it would be up here like this. And I'm not saying the continents were where they are today. I'm just saying this was like this at one time. You can see the borders align. You can put the west coast of North America on this coastline too. It was over here as well. That's why all these typhoons are lining up in each continent, because they were all in the same. There is a hot spot that created that Typhoon Megi right here. This is the deepest place on Earth, and there's definitely a hot spot down here. I mean, it's the thinnest crust on the earth. Because it's the deepest place on Earth, it's got to be the thinnest crust on the earth. Definitely a hot spot down there. That creates these typhoons. There's an eruption that heats up the water, creates a typhoon, basically, and it stays in it holds that pattern. That shape that it holds it stays the same almost the whole time that it's moving across the ocean towards the west. Before it hits Taiwan, it shows absolute patterns that are on the lunar surface backwards. So I'm just pointing that out. You can check that out if you want. All the big craters on the moon are shown in our weather backwards every single day. Not all of them show every day. I'm just saying all of them are on the Earth and will show in the weather at different times of year. They show, I mean, Mare Oriental, Mare Moscoviensis, Tycho, the lunar south pole, all show in our weather backwards. So I'm just saying the moon shapes the weather, shapes the Earth. Check it out yourself. If you don't believe me, you can check it yourself. I've shown so many videos of these alignments. So I'm just wanted to point that out with Australia today. Have a good day.